All right, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Concept 18. It's simplify the square root of 20, a to the 6th, b cubed. What we're going to do is we're going to take that monomial and factor out any perfect squares. So 20 would be a perfect square, having our factor that's a perfect square would be 4. And the other factor then would have to be 5. So 4 times 5. A to the 6th is a perfect square. Anything to an even power is automatically a perfect square. B to the 3rd is not, so I would have to do b squared and then the leftover b. What we're going to do is any of the perfect squares, they're going to come out in front as its square root, and anything else left stays inside. So the 4 would come out, square root of 4 is 2. So the 4 is taken care of. The 5 isn't a perfect square, it's going to stay inside. It's taken care of. A to the 6th, perfect square. The square root of a to the 6th is a to the 3rd. It's taken care of. B squared, it's a perfect square. It would come out as b, taken care of. And then finally the leftover b would have to stay inside, and that would be your final answer. All right, we're going to look at concept 19. Concept 19 is another trinomial that we need to factor. So I'm going to put my 2 sets of parentheses out and set it equal to 0. I start here with the 2x squared and I do 2x and x. Thank goodness it's a prime number and those are my only choices. With this sign, I know one's plus and one's minus. Again, that's a 2, so that's only going to be a 2 times 1. Now we need a difference of 2 when we put this together. So I can either put 2, 1 here, and then when I test my outer inner, I get negative 2x and positive 2x. That's 0, so that doesn't work. My other choice then is to switch that around and put 1 here and 2 here. My outer is negative 4x and inner is positive 1x. That gives me negative 3x. I have no other choices and none of those work. So your option is, it is prime. Those are bad because you got to try every possible combination in order to declare it prime. But if every possible combination does not factor, you can say that it's prime. Okay, number 20, I'm going to switch over to another sheet and we'll look at number 20. This is actually from your sheet A. My sheet didn't have one, and it wants you to give the rate. Couple things I want you to notice. It's acres are on the x-axis, cows are on the y-axis. So my rate is going to be in terms of cows per acre. Okay, oops, I got the wrong thing on there. Cows per acre is what we're going for. Cows per acre. Well, I think this is a little hard to read, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some straight lines from my x-axis up. Try to get it as straight as I can. I'm going to put a few more in. You could do this with a ruler and just be really careful. And then I'm going to do some from my y-axis numbers over. See if I can't figure out maybe what this is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this point and I'm going to use this point. So the first one would be 10, 100, and the second one would be 30, 200, and rate is really slope. So I'm going to do y2 minus y1, 200 minus 100, over x minus x, 30 minus 10. So 200 minus 100 is 100. 30 minus 10 is 20. That simplifies to 5, and for unit rate, that's really what you want to do, simplify it. And when it asks for the rate, you would have to answer 5 cows per acre. It's a rate, some unit per some unit. So I would use the lines to put in there, and then you're actually calculating slope. That's what we're doing for rate. And then answer it. It'll be the y-axis per the x-axis. All right, we're going to finish off by looking at these lines that he wants us to do, some bonus lines. And I will just graph those here. You start y equals 2/3 x minus 4. This one you would start at -4 on the y-axis. The slope is rise 2, run 3. And then put my line in. The other two, he's got special cases. So x equals 3. When x equals 3, it's the case of the, oh no, the undefined slope, and it's telling you all of the x's are 3's. So that just means it is a vertical line through x at 3. And then the case where it's a y only, that just means that your slope must have been 0 to have the x fall out. So 0 fun, 0 slope at perfect norths is a horizontal line through y at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be the equation y equals -4.